Hey guys, we're outside the shop today. We're actually up in one of the old storage buildings we got around here. This is my 66 Massey Ferguson MF10 garden tractor. I had this one running last year, kind of. I had rebuilt, or so I thought, the carburetor. Not using any new parts or anything like that, just took it apart and soaked it and freshened it up, but I think I mentioned it earlier in these videos, so I was actually rebuilding it for the second time, was that main jet was drilled after it was installed, so it's impossible to get it right once you remove it. So that kind of screwed everything up. But now, as you've seen, I've rebuilt the carburetor correctly. We put a new throttle shaft on it and all that good stuff, and new bushings in it, so it should work great now. But I just wanted to get the tractor out at this point. The carburetor's not on it yet. I have to throw that on, but it's got a little blade on it. That's a factory MF blade. I didn't have the correct steady mount things, I guess, but you can see I towed it up here. The strap's still on it. But I just cobbled together those two angle brackets and put them in holes that are already there. I believe they're for the mower deck, the holes, but anyway, I just threw a battery in it. There we go. The battery is still kind of sick though, so we're going to have to boost it. I'll throw that carburetor on there and splash some gas in it, and we'll see if it runs. I got to Google the factory settings for the carburetor on the 10, just so I get it right, or close to right from the get-go. But yeah, like I said, this is a 6610, so this has the aluminum dash on it instead of the plastic. That would have also had the aluminum nose trim too, but somebody did me a big favor and took that off of it before I bought it. But that's alright. I think I've had this tractor, well, it's probably 2011 I bought it, so I've had it for 7 years. Never did much of anything with it, but that's alright. Last year when I put the plow on it, I flipped those rear wheels so it'd be wider, which probably isn't that good for the spindles on it, but I had to so the chains would clear. I got no chains on it now. I could probably tuck them back in a bit, because if I recall, yeah, the back tires are slightly wider than the front blade. So I don't know, I guess I gotta find some different chains or something. It's got the wheel weights on it too, on the back, factory MF wheel weights. And not much more I can say about it really. It's a variable speed, all the 10s were. And yeah, that's about it. Oh, and while I'm on the topic of garden tractors, here's my other gem. The hood off it is over there. But this is a 79, I believe, Sears SS16. By 79 in the States, they would have been the GT16s, I think. Same tractor, just gray and black, but up here in Canada, I think they kept the older colors, like the 77s, I think, were the last ones. They kept these older colors right through to 79 anyway, maybe 80. But 16 horsepower owning in it. I kind of jerry-rigged up a electric fuel pump on it to get it to run, and that worked all right, but it's run off a toggle switch there somewhere. Right there. The existing hole. No battery in it right now, but I did order in a rebuild kit for the factory fuel pump, which I know works. So we'll deal with that pretty soon here, because I want to use that for doing a little bit of garden plowing this spring. This one's actually got a little 3-point hitch in the back of it. So it's a manual here, 1 hitch, mind you. But this is actually the first garden tractor I got. I don't know if I got it in 09 or 2010, something like that. So this is the one that kind of started all the madness. But anyway, I don't want to drag it on too much. We'll get on to this MF10 here. I'll get back to you when I get that carburetor on. Alright, so I got the carburetor on. As you can see there, I didn't put the air cleaner on yet. But I set the bottom screw on the bowl, I think that's the high speed screw, to 1.5 turns out, and then the idle mixture screw is set at 1.25 turns. That's what's listed in the specs in the factory manual, so that's what I went with. Now I'm just trying to replace this fuel line. I didn't plan on it, but this is what I used last time. I thought it was a motorcycle gas line, but obviously it wasn't gas line because it's hard as concrete right now. I can't really, well, you can see it's supposed to be rubber or whatever it is, but yeah, that's no good. So I'm just going to pull this valve off of it. There's already a valve in the tank, but it's a bit leaky. This one here works better, and I'll put some of that on, which I know for sure is gas line, so hopefully that'll work out all right. It's not 1/4 inch. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be 1/4 inch. That's what the fitting is for, but it's 5/16, so it's a little bit tight on there, but I think it'll work, and we'll go from there. I gotta pick up some black garden tractor kind of hose. So. Anyway, yeah, I'll resume here when I get the gas line on, and splashed up with gas should be ready to go then. Alright, the carburetor's on. I got that fuel line on, sort of. It's kind of dripping a bit of fuel there, but I didn't have any clamps for it, so I'll have to go dig up some of those. And hang on, I just want to see if it starts. I don't got the air cleaner on yet. Just going to try it without it for now. Once I get it running, I'll shut the fuel off, the first one out of the tank. The filter's in between the two fuel shut-offs, so as you can see. So I'll shut the fuel shut-off at the tank off, and then I can pull that apart and fix it. So anyways, yeah, we'll just see if she goes here. I got my booster pack on, so I'll energize that, I guess. I got a choke on and a bit of throttle, so let's see what happens. There we go. Well, guys, not everything goes as planned, especially when I'm involved. So, that fuel leak on the bottom of this tank, oh, I can't get her to stop. I put a clamp on it there, and she's still pissing out fuel. I don't know if it's coming right from that cheap filter or what. That fuel petcock, or whatever you want to call it, that valve right there, that's also leaking. So I need to rebuild that valve or find a replacement. I need to find a better fuel filter. I need to find some better clamps, and I probably should find some better fuel line. Actually, that fuel line's pretty good, but yeah, so she runs great. Choke works great. Throttle works great. Everything works great from the controls, I mean. So that's the good part. The carburetor's fixed. Now we just got to figure out how to get the fuel from there to there properly. So anyway, guys, we'll leave that for now. I got the fuel draining back into that jerry can, I hope. So that'll be that. I guess we'll resume this project when I can get some parts for that fuel thing. I think I got a spare one around, but I don't know if it's any better. I'll have to check that out. So this will be just a fun little departure from the usual 1650 project videos, just kind of a little side project, I guess. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.